Welcome guys to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and keep on watching my videos. And I know that there's people probably who are watching but are not subscribed. Please do subscribe, like, and also comment on below on what you would like to see in the channel. So basically, this channel must just be called basically at this point, because I'm always saying basically, but it's fine. So today is the 23rd of February 2020, and so my birthday is on the 24th, which is tomorrow. Yay, dirty 30s. So I've written down a list of I know it's very cheesy, but I've written down a list of 30 things I've learned in the 30 years. Obviously there's more things that we've all learned, and some things are like gonna sound like it's a repetition, but I think it's different concepts and themes that align to those things. So I just came back from church and I'm just having some coffee because it was raining and it's now a bit windy, so you might also hear a bit of wind from your side when you're watching the video. I'm sorry about that. So let's just start. So one of the things I've learned in my 30 years, first is compassion. I believe that you need to always practice compassion. Doesn't matter. I know that sometimes life comes at you so fast and whatnot, but compassion, if you lead with compassion, and also it's very important to highlight that if you are compassionate, you must not also now pour out from an empty cup. Like, be compassionate, but you know that you are taking away something from you that you don't have. So that's where probably the next point comes. It comes emotional intelligence. It comes also knowing who you are. So I've just said 3 points. Basically, I've said 3 things already. So it's compassion, it's emotional intelligence, and also knowing who you are as a person. So then the other thing that I learned is love. I learned that love, and not only romantic love or anything like romantic or friendship love, but I think love all around as a concept that we need to love. We need to be open to love as well, which then brings me to another point, which is vulnerability. That vulnerability is not always bad, but vulnerability is not always a bad thing. I know that life has taught us different things, and then that has sort of made us not to be as vulnerable as we are, as we're supposed to be, or we have been before, because we're scared of what we've experienced and all of that. So basically, so, and then the other thing is never, you can always reinvent yourself. Like, don't ever give up. So I'm probably going at 7 points or 8 points at this point, but you can always reinvent yourself. Like, I know I've wanted to be a geologist, that didn't work out. I wanted to be marketing. I wanted to work for like FMCG. It didn't work out. But now I'm working in freight and I'm loving it. And I'm constantly reinventing myself and getting to know myself in the process as well, in finding out what interests me, what makes me laugh, what makes me happy, and all of that. And then also be very open to learning. So with regards to the reinventing yourself, you can work around that if you are open to learning. I know that we're living in a generation where we can always Google things, we can always get things that we need via Google and whatnot. But I think there is pleasure in being open to learn. Don't be boastful as well. You need to be open to learning, and like also I've seen, like, there's times on Twitter, maybe someone will post something, right? And then other people will now start asking. And I remember there was this girl who said, "You guys are so like are so used to being fed information. Like, Google is there for you So if someone posts something, must they now give you all the details, where else you can actually go and Google the information for yourself. So I think that for me is very important to be open to learning, and also like put yourself out there. And then the other thing, so I'm gonna look down. I'm sorry because I need to learn to look at the camera, but for now, because this is a list of things, I'll just look down and then look at you guys, look down and whatnot. So then the next one is always introspect. So for me, all the time when my birthday is coming up, I always do an introspection. It does not matter what. I sit down. Let me sit this. I sit down, and when I sit down, I have an honest conversation with myself. I say to myself, okay, in a year from now, you said that you wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, what have you achieved in the 5 things or 10 things that you said you wanted to achieve? And then I'll say, okay, I achieved 4, whatever number is that. And then I need to be honest with myself and say, okay, why did I not achieve the ones that I didn't? And it's so unfortunate that a lot of people don't know how to be honest with themselves, because it's always easier there to always blame other parties and not actually introspect and actually be honest with yourself. So for me, I do introspection. I'm hard on myself more than anybody else. So that's why sometimes I'm able to take criticism, because I know that, you know what, I've done this myself and I know that I could have done better. I understand my abilities, and in areas where my ability is a bit skewed, then I work on enhancing my ability. And then know your worth. You need to know your worth at all times. Know who you are. Know, like, stand up for yourself. And I want to actually re-emphasize this, especially for Black women in corporate or in different industries, because we always downplay the kind of work that, like, our worth, because we feel like, oh, I haven't done enough, and also it's understandable because society has taught us that, and it's fine, but we need to move away from that and actually say, you know what, uh, this is what I've been accustomed to, but I'm worth it. Like, I'm actually good. Like, I'm good at this job. I actually read somewhere where someone said, apply for the job even if you're not qualified for, because there's people who are going to qualify, who, even if you don't meet all the criterias, but apply for the job, because there's people who are less qualified than you who are going to apply, and chances are they might get it and whatnot. So basically, know your worth at all times. Like, don't even shy away from it. If you say that I want to get paid, I've worked hard, I've reinvented myself, I understand the work that I'm doing in a better way, and I feel that I deserve to be paid 50,000 rand, for example. I know that in South Africa that sounds like a very lot of money and whatnot, but um, be intentional about that. Just say, okay, if you're given an offer, just say, okay, this is what I want. Chances are sometimes you actually get it, like, you just don't know, but because we always ruled by fear and all of those things, so we end up not getting what we are meant to get. And then the other thing is, don't settle. So settling is also just basically tied with what I just said. Do not settle. It does not matter what. Do not settle. Settling is not worth it. Do you hear me? Settling is not worth it. So do not settle. Do not settle in relationships. Do not settle in friendships. Do not settle in jobs. Do not settle. Do not settle in your preferences. All of those things. Just do not settle at all. Don't be mediocre or anything like that. Stand up for yourself. And then also, the other thing is, you are not your past. So when I say you're not your past, is that I know that sometimes we all have made bad decisions, and we've done things, or we've experienced things that have sort of shaped the people that we are. But for me, it's always been about, it's fine, I went through that and I've experienced it and whatnot, but life goes on. I'm becoming a better person, and I take whatever lesson I learned from there, and then I move on with my life. I'm not gonna now go around and say, oh, whatever that happened 10 years ago, fine, it has an impact, but I can't now carry it around because it becomes a burden for me. and then also learn to be content with your solitude. So I am some people who are my friends and people that know me very closely know that I'm very talkative. Like I'm like, I always say I'm an introverted extrovert, extroverted introvert, whatever that thing is, ambivert basically. Because I, as much as I love people, when I'm in a crowd, I don't. I have my days where like I'd be like, oh, I can't people today, not. But like, if there's one thing that I enjoy with all of my heart is my own company. Angizibhori, like angizibhori mina, like angeke ngiboreke mina ngikhona. Like I am okay with myself. I'm okay with um chilling with myself. Like I love solitude, and I would always recommend for anyone to actually look into solitude, and like don't even allow anything to come between you and your solitude. And then the other thing is this is a bit of a tricky one, but I think we don't really talk about this a lot. But if you are a woman, just take care of your vagina. Don't let her take care of your vagina. Eat the right food. Yo, and also in that same light, yo guys, don't put all these things that people say you must put in your vaginas and whatnot. So just take care of your nunu, take care of your sissy. Just like make sure that it's healthy, and then also find things that make you happy. Those things that can make you happy, it could be taking a walk, going for a picnic, going hiking, like, but always explore. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about, that always be open to exploring new things. Don't be like so like sit on your ways and say, no, Mina, I do this, I don't do that. Like explore, find out. Like I remember when I started hiking, when I started like going hiking, I always like, I was like, I hate walking. I'd rather run because I was like a runner. But when I started hiking, I was like, actually, this is actually nice. Like it tests your endurance, it tests your whatever, like your endurance as well as your ability to to be patient, which is another thing. Patience, practice patience all the time. And then enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself in everything that you do. Make sure that you are having fun. Like enjoy yourself. It doesn't matter what it is. Enjoy yourself. Life is short to be miserable. Obviously there's times where like things come and they actually uh, distract us and whatnot, but the ultimate theme, enjoy life. Enjoy life. Don't let this is controversial, don't let religion or like societal society views and generalizations and norms and stereotypes to get to you. Have fun. It doesn't matter what it is, what fun is, but responsible fun. Very responsible fun. And then also live. So I think you just need to live. I think at this point I'm probably over 30 things that I've said I was gonna say, but just live your life. Just like I know that there's certain things that affect us, and there's also like I wanted also to touch on mental illness. I think that we need to really be serious about our mental illness and being responsible in what we allow into our space and in our minds. So we need to really be cognizant of our mental illness. And if you feel that there's certain things that you're dealing with, try to get the help that you have. There's SADC that can help you, and if you're on medical aid and your medical aid covers those kind of things, I think you should then explore seeing a therapist and just making sure that your mental illness is okay and is sorted. And what is the last thing? Because I don't want this video to be too long as well. I think happiness, kindness. Ooh, I can't stress this enough. Kindness is such an important value to have. Because even with me, when I look, not when I look, when I getting to know someone, I always someone is in like a significant other, I always look for kindness. I always look for um, for someone who's kind, someone who knows, because I think kindness sort of sets the tone for a lot of things and how the person will then deal with you and approach you. And then also happiness, like find the little things that make you happy and just do those things more and more. And I think I've said a lot. I think I've said a lot. Uh, and also treat you teach people on how to treat you. You set the tone for your life, because in the past I was like, oh no, there's certain things that are beyond me, but now that I'm growing up and I'm turning 30, I just realized that we've been so accustomed, we've been so programmed into saying, oh no, I can't change this, I need to accept this and whatnot. But what I can say is, you teach people how to treat you, and if people don't treat you the way that you want to be treated, bounce. 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 Okay, bounce. So yeah, I think I've been saying that I'm done. I'm just happy about my birthday. The last time I fully celebrated my birthday was in 2016. I went hiking with my friends. It was a hike and a picnic sort of situation at High Knobs. That was the last time I had like a full on celebration. The Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next